Hi, welcome back to Bite Forever. So this video is it's going to be a few parts to this. What it was, a guy called, or a guy with a channel called Open Source, a comment on one of the previous videos, and it was basically sort of source code in assembly language to a game, which is like a car racing game. And so this was assembly language Z80 assembler for the Speccy 48 or ZX Spectrum. And I think he was saying on there he wouldn't mind seeing if it had run on a zx81. He was having trouble with it running, so I thought, oh, I'll have a crack at trying to convert that to ZX81 assembler. This is just part one of the video where I'll show a little bit of the original game running and the progress I made porting it to ZX81. So one of the things, obviously, ZX81 only had a standard model, just had 1K of RAM, and obviously the ZX Spectrum 48K, so a lot more, and consequently the code written for ZX Spectrum basically had, you see some of the code in the background here, it's got memory addresses which just don't exist on the ZX81, and other things like the way that the screen memory is written to the addresses for that are completely different. So it wasn't just a matter of changing some of these memory addresses to other things. It was a bit more code and logic involved. So I've got part way through that, but that's still in progress. That'll probably be part 2 of this video. Anyway, what I'll do is I've assembled this, show you running actually on the Speccy 4.8 emulator. So to run it, you've got to, after it's loaded, you have to do randomize user 33,000, which is, I'm not sure if you can see that, but I'll just try and scroll so you can see that in the code. So the main function, the origin, is the memory address 33,000. So when you load off tape, by default, that would load your code into that area memory. So to run it, you have to do this command in basics, just run, and hopefully, so key for this is Z left and M is right. So yeah, it's just like a vertical scrolling racing game. It is actually quite tricky, especially when you're looking past the camera to look at the screen. Yeah, when you crash, it goes off the edge. I think there is code in there for scoring. You can see where it's initialized. Where's that? Oh yeah, so there's like some stuff here: retrieve score, save score, but it doesn't actually print out the score anywhere. So I don't know whether that's just it's incomplete. It's actually the original code, according to one of the comments, was written as a tutorial by someone called John Kingsman. Don't know if anyone knows who that is, whether they're a sort of famous person writing books or something back in the 80s, not sure. But yeah, so that's the code running on the ZX Spectrum emulator, and obviously you'd be able to run this on a real computer if you had one. And whoops, just turn the light on so you can actually see it. There you go. So I'm going to probably run that. Well, I'll run the ZX81 port on a real ZX81. Just a matter of plugging it in and setting it up. There's the old ZX81. Just turn the light off again so there's contrast better. Yeah, so I'll just run what I've got so far on the ZX81. Yeah, so here we are. This is using the emulator that's called 81. I just loaded the game up, and also got the code for it in the background, progress I've made so far. So yeah, so far only really got left and right going on the car position, and obviously drawing sides of the road. in the initial position. What they're meant to do is, like you saw on the other one, where they're meant to sort of randomly zigzag side to side so you can dodge it. I've also put something in there that wasn't in the original game, so when you crash off the end, it just prints out you've crashed, which is fairly simple. Hopefully I'll try and get that scoring working as well, to just count up a score. Yeah, I'll put the link to GitHub repo for this. So the way I'm building zx81 stuff, I think I got a thing off sinclairzxworld.com. There's a forum on there. There's a link to all this sort of include files. You can get the include files for this, and just sort of basically some routines that just set things up really to make it easier. And there's a sort of a batch file which is called zx81, which sort of eventually calls the TASM assembler, and that's how you build it. So yeah, this is the code I've got so far. As I say, I'm having a little bit of trouble the main, so I can get the move left, move right on the reading the keyboard. That was quite hard to do, because again that appeared to be completely different to ZX Spectrum. And then it's this, so I've got sort of just some code there that jumps to the end where there's a wait loop, but it skips all of this, which is scrolling the road down. It's meant to look at a certain memory location to get some random bytes of data. That's how it decides. It scrolls through, it actually just goes through that memory just as if it was random data. Depending on what the bits are set to, goes left or right, but it's I think it just basically redraws the whole screen or scrolls the screen like that. Yes, this is just part one. Thanks for watching, and stand by for the part two when hopefully all this is complete. Okay, bye for now.